Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Welcome home, family, and join us for the fun. Colorful guest people everywhere under the sun. Interesting conversations. Prayers first has begun. Invocation, manifestation, conversation then will come. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Let's start drinking some water, juice or tea. King Killer was recommended for you and me. Guayusa mixed together, maple syrup or honey. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Learn from the healers, crystals, pyramids. Learn from the healers, the artists, the seers, authors and teachers, dissolving your fears. Workshops of wisdom, the circle is wide. Plant medicine whispers, the planets align. All magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Crystals and pyramids, magnets that spin. Organ awakening the power within. Tantra and herbs, the gateways ignite. Shamanic drums calling truth into light. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Psychedelics painting vision so bright. Planetary activists guarding the night. Awareness expanding the cosmos in view. Higher vibrations are flowing through you. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Hey. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Xenon and herbs, you'll feel much better. Drink your tea now instead of later. Stay ahead of your health. Health is always your greatest wealth. Oh, no, no. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Hey. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Mad science fun, terror bless. Experiments under the sun. Sacred fire, prayers begun. Success and happiness, your destiny has come. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Yeah, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Learn from the healers, the artists, the seers, authors and teachers, dissolving your fears. Workshops of wisdom, the circle is wide. Plant medicine whispers, the planets align. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Yeah, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, crystals and pyramids, magnets that spin. Organ awakening the power within. Tantra and herbs, the gateways ignite. Shamanic drums calling truth into light. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Oh, magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids.
Welcome to Magnets, Okay, family, greetings and welcome to a special edition of Magnus Crystal's Pyramids on the first day of autumn that happened technically, specifically 2 hours ago. I want to thank a very beautiful goddess. Notice the words I use, goddess. We're in the cycle of the goddess and the gods awakening, arising. Uh, Goddess Hazel. She has been truly a blessing in keeping me posted on the solstices and equinoxes. And bring on Laji, bring on Diana Pharr. She's going to be in the middle. Uh, Laji, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, you need to mute your phone, and I need to mute
Family.
mine.
Peace, family. How you doing? Uh, can you hear me, Hank?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay, good.
Diana, can you hear us?
I can.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. Welcome to
Hello.
Magnus Crystal's Pyramids, Diana.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
All right, we're
Raji,
going.
hello. How are you? It's been a while. I am
Yeah,
glad to see you.
we are in magical times. So I am in me, I am in Diana, I am in Babalaji, I am in you, the listening audience. I want to thank all the audience now and in the future. Thank you for being conceived. Thank you for surviving 9 months of gestation and being born into this incarnation. Because in these times, you may be conceived, but did not necessarily be born. So we want to thank you and congratulate you on the celestial soul level that you made lotto, family. You hit lotto being born in this colorful era of the Stone Age dark cycle, Kali Yuga of existence. We celebrate you and all that you bring into the world to make it a better place than when you incarnated. So wherever you're listening from, I always like to have folks put in the comments uh, what part of the existence you are living in, where you're located, state, city, country, or planetary existence. We all know that the moon is a observation tower for the surface savages, keep them in check, like pre-K souls that's now incarnated on the planet. So, being that we are energy, and energy cannot ever be created or destroyed, we first acknowledge our eternal existence as energy. And we say, we are greater than our memories. We are greater than our previous incarnations, for better or worse, because you can raise your frequency or you can lower your frequency by the things you do in this dream reality. So, with that being said, yes, I am forgiving everybody in my past lives. And I ask everybody in my past lives to forgive me. Most of all, I am forgiving myself. And as we come into the here and now during this autumn equinox presentation, healing, stargate of collectivity, we say, yes, I am forgiving infinite future possibilities and infinite soul connections before I even meet them, because I am greater than my future, past and present, because I am dream master of all existence. And I ask everybody in my future to please forgive me. And most of all, I forgive myself. Because that's the hardest thing for folks to do. It's hard for broken-hearted, wounded souls to forgive themselves. That's why they can't forgive nobody else. They forgive themselves. How could you talk about taking care of your baby's diaper if you don't know the science of staying clean, of the soul? So wipe your spirit clean with or without tissue, toilet paper, Smudging with or without sage, with or without frankincense and myrrh. Wipe your spirit clean during the Stargate opening and say, yes, I am forgiving myself because I am worthy. So we thank and invite Saint Germain, Ascended Master, Credo Mutwa, Sheikh Amadou Bamba, Yahshua, Black Madonna, Mother Mary, Harriet Tubman, Imhotep, Ptahotep, Akhenaten. We thank and invite Surface Bay, Chief Geronimo, Chief Osceola, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull. We thank and invite during the Stargate. We thank and invite Frederick Douglass, P.B. Randolph. We thank and invite Dr. Sabi, Dr. Kalindi Aye. We thank and invite El Haj Malik El Shabazz. We thank and invite Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We thank and invite Prophet Elijah Muhammad. We thank and invite all your family bloodlines that sacrificed for you to carry through in this wooden stage of life. We thank and invite Sanat Kumara, Melchizedek, Enoch, who rose into the heavens and became Metatron. We thank and invite Elijah. We thank and invite Lady Buddha, Lady Krishna, Krishna. We thank and invite the forces of nature that live inside of us. We thank and invite Elegba, Oshun, Yemaya, Oya, Olokun, Shango, Obatala, Ogun, Orumila, Ochosi. We thank and invite Krishna, Lady Krishna. We thank and invite Ganesh, Monkey King. We thank and invite the master love lords of Love Supreme to enter into our realm, put their hands on our shoulders so that we may accelerate during this cyclic auspicious time and space of elevation. We thank and invite the ascended masters of Lemuria, Atlantis, Hollow Earth to join us today, holding a galactic quantum circle of a prayer, chant, invocation, incantation. And we say, Ashe, Mahalo, Donada, Wado, Amen, Amen. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. Laji, do your invocation, brother.
Okay. Beloved mighty and presence, great hosts of sitting ascended masters, great angelic hosts, great cosmic beings who govern the system of worlds and the seven mighty Elohim, Swami Muktananda Paramahansa, Bhagavan Nityananda, Guru Machi Vilasananda, beloved Saint Germain, Lord Jesus Christ, the great divine director Sanat Kumar, beloved God Tabor, Victory, Mahalakshmi, and Lord Ganesh. Bless this program today, and we call upon your grace for everyone who needs healing to add your grace and power to that healing process. I command this in the name of Swami Muktananda Paramahansa, Bhagavan Nityananda, Guru Machi Vilasananda, beloved Saint Germain, Lord Jesus Christ, and the great Sanat Kumar. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And I give thanks to the entire company of heaven.
Hey, Diana, did you want to add anything or you want to go right into the show? Because we are ready.
I think the two of you have done very beautifully. I don't feel an inclination to add anything. Am I sitting too far from the computer? Can you hear me?
Yeah, draw in a little closer so we can hear your tones because you have beautiful
I know
feminine.
my voice can slide into. How's that?
That's better. Yeah.
Maybe I need to bring my sound up. I'll do that also.
Camera.
Can you hear Elaji?
I can hear her. I don't see her at all.
She don't need to be seen. She needs to be heard.
Oh, okay.
She's doing the absolute feminist darkness on this auspicious date, so that all who walk in the light might feel a little better and a little bit great. Bam!
How is the sound now? Is that
Excellent. That's much better.
okay? All righty. Very good. All righty. Baba Lauji, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Have we met?
Yes, we have.
When?
It's been a while. It's
Previous
been,
shows, brother.
it's been a while.
On this show we met.
Yes. On
Oh,
this-
okay.
yeah,
Well, it's a pleasure to see. I was going to say to see you again, but at least to hear you again.
yes.
Well, if you close your first eye, I mean, if you open your first eye, family, you will be able to see Diana Pharr. We can be blind with two eyes, but we can see with one. So this is a cycle that we got to start seeing with the first eye,
You
and
know,
then
I'm
supplement.
move into the flow. Lauji, Rising Sun and I, we talk over the phone, and he has said to me on several occasions that, you know, the inspiration you bring in our private conversations, I'd really like to share with my audience. And I'd like you to consider coming on when you come on to be off camera to see if that can bring you into the energy that we experience together. So that's why you don't see me. So we're going to see how that works. So
Okay.
yes, it's new for me also. So I need the support of both of you. But I'm glad to be here. Thank you. Both.
Yeah, I like your flow already. I could tell the difference, Diana.
All righty.
Yeah, she's this is incredible. I'm really thankful that you was receptive to the idea. And I know other podcasters that sometimes do the same thing. Professor Melanie,
I'm
she
feeling I'm feeling it. Yeah. It's
she
not,
often just goes in the dark and transmits the healing message that's needed,
yes.
so that we don't become junkies to the limited light spectrum
Mhm.
that we call the visible light
Yeah.
visuals.
Okay.
So talk to us, Diana. You got the mic.
Well, today is the fall equinox. And I'm saying fall because it helps people to identify with the energy of the season. Fall is ruled by the metal element, and it correlates in the body to the lungs, our ability to take in the life force, chi, and also let go of through the large intestines that which is waste. And that's really the meaning of the fall equinox. Just as we see the leaves fall from the trees, this is the season to reflect upon and assess the summer, the creative fire element cycle, and integrate within yourself. Equinox means equal, and let what you created during the summer integrate into who you are, creating balance and letting go of, allowing what is no longer in harmony with you or needed, that which you've outgrown, to fall away. In the emotional realm, it correlates to the experience of grief, which we hold in our lungs and in the large intestines. And it's very significant that we hold this energy in the lungs because that is where our sense of aliveness is born, our ability to take in oxygen into each cell in the body and transfer that into energy. And when that's not processed, when we have not been successful in letting go of what no longer serves us, then grief it shortens the breath. And when the breath is shortened, we begin to live in our stress response. And the stress response becomes our identity, and it's not who we are. Stress responses are fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Those are stress responses, and they can establish themselves in the nervous system in such a way that we lose our connection to who we are and what we are. The reason why I named the topic for this fall equinox, remembering your future, is because this has been an extraordinary year. We're in several major cycles right now. One cycle of hundreds of years, another cycle of 2100, and another cycle of tens of thousands of years. So this year culminated a major cycle of letting go, of destruction. We're seeing systems that we've come to depend upon, whether we agree with them or not, all over the world begin to dismantle and break down. And this cycle of breaking down, destruction, is a part of our everyday life. We may not notice it, but the body, the cells, particularly the liver in the body, which is the organ of regeneration, we're constantly going through a cycle of renewal. And when we're in the destruction part of the cycle, we very often cannot see the phoenix, what's going to be created, what's going to come out of the destruction. And a lot of people are in that space right now. So the grief that may be the experience that people may be experiencing, they may feel challenged processing it into renewal, into regeneration, which requires the letting go that is in harmony with the element of this time, the full element. So to remember the future is to remember that you may not be fully aware of it, but you have been through death and regeneration over and over and over again within your life. And as we see these systems break down around us, to remember death and regeneration, to remember when life asked you to let go, to make space for something new to be born. And I'm going to let Baba Alauji respond to that, and then I'll mention the second part, which is regeneration, which we can look forward to coming behind a cycle of renewal. So, Baba, do you? What is your well? Just yes, that's the opening to remembering the future on the fall equinox. Baba, did you want to add something to that?
If you like, I don't mind.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, yesterday I saw something that caught my eye. It was about reincarnation, and this happened 20 years ago. And this little boy in Liverpool pointed to a picture of the Beatles, and he said to his mother, "That's me, Mom. That's me." And she's with his mother. He was with his mother and father, and he pointed to John Lennon. He was saying, you know, that's who I was when I was famous. And he brought up all kind of secrets of what he was, and even songs that he was reciting and singing songs that he he wrote that no one knew, that he didn't publish, and how much he missed Yoko Ono, and where they lived, and so forth and so on. And they took him to uh, the Beatle Museum in Liverpool, and talked to other musicians who had all kind of knowledge of all of the Beatles, and he was telling them things that they didn't know, and they were saying, "There's no way he could know this. I mean, it's something that's a little strange here." And he's saying, "Look, this is who I used to be. My wife is in New York. Told her where they lived, how it looked, everything." So they go to New York, and Yoko Ono at that time is 72. She's 92 years old now. So this is 20 years ago. So this kid is about 27 now. And he goes there, and he told her, "I told you I would come back. I told you our love is eternal." And she said to him, "How long are you going to be back?" She knew it was him because the way he looked at her and his voice. And he said, "This is only going to last for a little while. It's not going to, I'm not going to be able to remember this much longer. But I just wanted you to know you have to publish this song that I wrote, because it's for all the people to know that we do not die. we return. We 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 return. As Lord Krishna said, never was there a time that I did not exist. And he said, and he's saying to Arjuna, he says, Arjuna, never will there be a time when me or you or any of these other soldiers on this field of battle will not exist. We are eternal, even though we go into different bodies. This is how life is. So
Oh gosh,
this is the nature of life. It's a play.
we are absolutely in sync. I have, thank you so much. I have heard of other stories like that, but it's interesting that Baba mentioned Lord Krishna in his conversation with Arjuna. If the audience is not familiar, what he's drawing from is the epic of the Bhagavad Gita. Um, that's written in the Bhagavad Gita. And one of the things that is not often discussed about that particular scripture is that what Arjuna is faced with is death, not his own, but the death of his family. And what Krishna explains to him is that life is eternal. The power of life is not in your hands. You're here to fulfill your destiny. And that's really, the world appears like there are people who don't have the best interests of humanity, who are making decisions on behalf of humanity, and it feels like they have power over us, that we're experiencing all of this destruction. And the message that I really wanted to share with the community today is that life is eternal. As Baba said, life is eternal. And very often when we are in a breaking down cycle, when we're in a cycle of ending, because the next cycle is not visual, because we can't see it, it could be very frightening. We can hold on to that which we really have to release so that we can go on to a higher level, to a new day. And that's what this time of year is about. The fall that precedes the winter solstice. This is the time that we let go of, that we reflect upon that which no longer serves us, that we listen to what life is trying to tell us, where there are stresses in our life, where there's space for growth, development, and change, so that as we go, this is a time that we're going into darkness, that the night is going to be longer each day than the daylight, that we go in the yin time of year, the time to go deep within ourselves. And it's there that we regenerate, and then we're born again in the spring. And this is the natural cycle of the elements, So next year, so important. Next year, what we'll begin to see, as we see leaders that don't serve humanity, as we see them facilitate again these cycles of destruction, what we'll begin to see is people rise up into leadership. And I'm not talking about being the president of the country. It may just be within your family. People who have really been in the background, people who have dedicated their life, many of them through great sacrifice and lack, because in many instances, they're the visionary in the family. So they were the different drummer. They were the scapegoat. They were the person that left the family value system to go out into the world and seek the truth. Those people are being drawn back through circumstances of their everyday life into the family to bring the light that they discovered in the world. For some people, it may be family. For some people, it may be their community. Some people may write books. Some people may bring light into their profession. There are people who are attorneys and doctors that are attorneys that are bringing truth into a system that does not represent justice. There are doctors that will bring healing into a system that has become centered and chemically based. And then there may just be people who are the voice of truth. But out of these cycles of destruction, leadership organically rises. People come into circumstances where they can share what they have learned on their journey. And for some people, this has gone on for decades. These are people, many of them are the Pluto and Leo generation. They're in their 70s. I'm in my 70s, where their work, that it may have felt like for many years that they were working very hard on something and they were dedicated to it, which takes great tenacity and nobility and calling to be able to stay and stick with something under great challenges, resistance, because very often these types of individuals, conventionality resists them. They were not able to succeed in the conventional systems because they're here to open up new pathways. Well, your time has come. Your time has come. It's just beginning in 2026, where we will see light come into all of the systems that we depend upon: education, science, those people that have kept the faith, kept their promise, did the work that they came into the world to do. We're moving into an era now where they will change, where they'll be able to share it. And this will happen on a global level. This is happening on a global level. And it may not be visual in the way we think of change, where it's on the media. It's like those of you that are our age, Baba, our age, we were children in a world that was not digitally centered, that was not technologically centered. But we lived through that transformation, and now we're living at a time where technology is common throughout the world. This transformation will happen very much the same way. It will integrate in society, but it will happen through the individuals that have kept the faith. So that is the remembering of the future. So continue on. Let go of that which does not serve you. Allow yourself to die. Allow yourself to let go of that which resists you and be born again. Go into the winter and allow yourself to heal, and know that the time is coming for what you have been nurturing as an individual. The time, we're coming into the time where you'll have an opportunity to share that with the world.
That's beautifully said. I want to thank you, Lodge. I want to thank you, Diana. I want to acknowledge, or I want to acknowledge the transition of Baba Haru Ra'ank Samaj.
Yes.
He cycled into the realm of ancestors, and hopefully there will be life celebrations, because energy never dies. Energy is only transformed. So we have to break away from the social engineering and social conditioning of mourning when our soul transforms like a caterpillar into a butterfly. We have to break free of the colonialized Western concepts of segmentation, termination, and be realigned with the natural law of nature, and all is just in the form of transmutation. So I say to you, Baba Haru Ra'ank Samaj, may you fly on the wings of our ancestral chorus, and may your heart be light as a feather.
I just found out
Aho.
that they transitioned yesterday. They told me the people in the study group, they told me that, people that's up in New York in the study group said that he transitioned. And I was so surprised. As I told you before, he created my family medallion. I showed it to you. And we worked on it for a while. And I think it was from 79 to like maybe 1990 that we worked on this thing. And he was like, yo, this is something that you could pass on. And I told him how I would like it to be done. And I knew that was going to be a stretch. he says, you know, every time you see a mark on any kind of metal, I have to tap it. And in order to make a line, I have to tap that line many times. And I said, well, I want you to make this bird, this heru, on the front and the back, so it exists as a full bird. And but I want you to repeat the mantra every time you say it, Om Namah Shivaya. And he says, now this is the type of work I love to do. He says, he says, this is something. Now we're creating something that will that will last. And this is the piece that he created for me.
Oh my gosh, that
You
is
know, with the mantra on. Here's the mantra, and I mean, you all know all these symbols, and the ankh in the claws of the eagle, and the back. He did all this on the back that you don't see. And he says, and he only wanted to charge me, I think, $350 or $400, something like that. And when he finished, he says, Loud, you know, I charge you that price, but this is a lot more work than that. I said, Samaj, I'm real happy with this. I want you to be happy too. Tell me what you want me to pay you. And so he didn't say nothing to me. Then he just took what we originally planned on. And I said, you sure? No, we good. You know, Samaj was that type of brother.
Do you know, Baba, I have heard many people say the same thing about his work. I spoke to his now dear friend that they were once a married couple. Queen is a close friend of mine. And she said she had never been with a soul that was so positioned to free himself from this realm, that he was, you know, that the healer in her was, you know, giving him her life force. And she said his response to that was that he was ready to let go. He was ready to move on. And that, I mean, that is, I hope the family is really receiving the message of regeneration and that life is eternal. Remember your future, because this was a scary year. And I know that a lot of people are experiencing great challenges right now. Ankh, I wanted to dovetail on something that you said, because I think the butterfly into the caterpillar into the butterfly, metaphors are great, and they're how the masters left direction for us. And that's a wonderful visual for people to carry away from them from this show, that's a perfect example in nature of exactly what we're talking about, the caterpillar transformation into the butterfly. And also what you said about the Western construct of how we experience death is not indigenous. You know, indigenous people, they have all types of ways of celebrating the regenerative aspect of life. That it's in the West, it's a system of you go through a process of recovery, but indigenous people saw the process of regeneration as being a part of our everyday lives. You know, that and the body mimics that. The cells in our body is constantly breaking down and regenerating. Each of our body system does that. Most significantly, the liver. This is the time to detoxify your liver. The seasonal changes, because the liver is the organ of regeneration. It rules over the wood element, and there's a relationship between wood and metal in the alchemy that acupressure is based upon. So I just wanted to underline that for the audience to take that away, because when I speak, I really want people to have something that they can put in their pocket and carry with them. And that metaphor, that example of what the masters did, our ancestors did, they gave us simple metaphors and examples in nature so that we could really understand these principles of life. And the principle of regeneration, that we've lost touch with, that has changed how we experience life. Because if we do not understand that life is eternal and regenerative, then we do have a tendency to hold on to that which we need to allow to fall away. so that we can go into the yin time in alignment with the season, heal, and be reborn. And that process is what makes us wise. That is the process of ascension into higher states of consciousness. You have to die, you have to let go. So, as you say, that the idea that we just experience it as mourning is a very small part of what death really is, because death is with us constantly, constantly. Each day dies for a new day to be reborn. So I wanted to underline that, and I also want to. I am hosting a free inner movement healing that people. Rising Sun has. Thank you. Rising Sun has been circulating my email address. Inner movement is a class in moving your inner energy, how to regenerate that energy from within. Um, it has 4 parts. The first part is breath and the bones and the tissue, which is Jing, your essence. There are three forms of energy that is talked about in alchemy, that the Chinese alchemy really highlights, which is your essence, your vitality, your life force, or your chi, and your Shen, which is your consciousness, your spiritual energy. So inner movement has to do with moving that energy in alignment with the forces of nature at this time of year, so you can successfully go through that process, so that you're not caught in a loop of having the same types of challenges over and over again that you cannot resolve, whether it's finances, whether it's relationship, whether it's an illness in your body that you cannot resolve. So that's Wednesday from 6 to 8. It's free. I invite family to experience moving your energy in alignment with the elements at this time of year. Baba, I believe I have your contact information. You are, and also Ankh are also sincerely, um, the word invite doesn't seem quite right, but this is an open house for an ongoing class, and healers like the two of you are forever on the guest list, not just for because the shared energy. The full name of the class is Restoring the Magic of Your Humanity. And when other people are present in the class, other healers come in that are also connected to what our ancestors call magic, which is a word that has been misunderstood. It enhances the class because I'm just the facilitator. It doesn't come from me, it comes through me. And when other people are present, other healers are present, that energy also flows through. It just makes the experience all the more powerful. So the two of you are eternally on my guest list. For the community, this is the seasonal free open house. Just send me your email and I will send you the Zoom link. This is a online event, and again, it's Wednesday. If you are available, this is a sincere invitation to experience the inner alchemy of regeneration this time of year.
Well said. Um, I had my brother say to me, piggybacking on what you said, Laji, we have we have to hear that more often as far as the return, souls returning. Uh, Often miseducated individuals will tell a child, hush your mouth, what you talking about? When they should record when a child says profound knowledge, profound wisdom. and don't shut them down. Uh, Even though there'll be casualties as the evolved souls returning, there's going to be soul collateral damage because the souls are coming through portals that may be wounded souls. Our parents were wounded souls, but we came down like celestial marines.
Yeah.
You who are listening, you are celestial marines, meaning cosmos, the universe selected you to be the god and the goddess marine on the early waves. So you didn't have, we didn't have perfect portals of parents. We didn't have perfect portals of parents because we are the celestial marines who've come down to this planet to be amongst the first waves for transformation, the first waves to be trendsetters, first waves to innovate new ways of looking, seeing this dream reality. So I salute you. I salute Logi. I salute Diana Pharr. I salute you. Special acknowledgement. King Simon's also in here giving his salutations.
King Simon, how are you? You know, we're neighbors now. I'm in Georgia.
She done moved to Georgia, King Simon.
I'm in
If you're
Naples.
gonna
We have to connect. Rising Sun, you just
Mhm.
struck a chord in my heart because earlier when I was talking about those visionary souls, very often that visionary person, the archetype of the visionary within the family, was as a child shut down, and that's the least of it. All types of things, you know. There's certain things that I've seen over and over again in my work over the years, and I've been doing this work for for decades. And your reflection comes up in your work. And many of the people that have come to me over the years, studied with me or done session with me, as children, they were the scapegoat in the family. They were either the child that other adults were drawing on their light. I've seen a lot of sexual abuse of visionary children because they come in with light and love and open hearts. I've seen them treated unkindly because they were not in alignment with the values of the family. They were dissonant to the family energy. It's a very difficult path. It's a very, very difficult path. Many people don't survive it. Many people that we see in the street that are homeless or have lost their minds, those children that come in to this world, the visionary children that His Rising Sun said, that are speaking the truth, because the general collective consciousness is very often, sometimes I say things and I don't regret saying it, but threatened in this instance is really an accurate word. These children have all come in with this light, and the adults around them and the rest of the family very often does not know how to interact with this child. And on the low end of the scale, they may be just shut down, and on the high end, they may be drawn upon where they're being asked to manage very adult emotions, because adults begin to lean on their love and light. And the worst case scenario is that they suffer abuse, horrible abuse, and So it was really that's a large part of why I wanted to come on today, because this is such an important turning point for the world. And I know many of the individuals that have kept the faith, that have some, work that they've nurtured and cultivated in spite of difficulty, because very often people that are on that frequency, life doesn't respond to them in the way it does the popular. They very often cannot progress in life through the conventional channels of our society in the way other people do. And it could be a very, very difficult path. Those are the people that I'm speaking to right now as we move into this new cycle, out after this cycle of destruction, that paths are opening up for them to share their truth. I'm doing an event with Dr. Sheridan and Queen Afua on New Year's Day. So, Rising Sun, I hope you bring us back. And we're talking about ways that vision can be integrated into the mainstream. And Rising Sun, I've been saying this to you I'm so glad to see you doing your creative work, because it is one of the things I repeat in Alchemy Group a lot, is that the artists are the warriors, because it's only a portion of society that's going to take yoga classes and listen to shows like this. It's a large enough audience, but it's not the majority. But art and music speaks to the larger audience, to the collective consciousness. So, I'm so happy to see you translating these very nuanced, subtle messages into a form that more people can absorb them and understand it. Your work is blowing me away. The entry of the show, it blew me away, because it was different the last time I was in your space. So these are important things. And Bobby, you may not remember me, but I know that you also have work that you've been nurturing for many years around family and relationship, that, that this is the time. This is the time. This is the energy we're moving in. New Year's Day this year starts on a 111. January 1st and 2026 is a 1. So people who have one significant in their sacred geometry, born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, 11s, A strong in your name, that one frequency. And Rising and King Simon might want to, pop in and comment on that. But that regenerative one energy is what's coming in behind this destructive energy that we're seeing. And it is always the prerequisite of rebirth. It is always the prerequisite of regeneration. That's what I mean by remembering your future. So if you can remember a time where you had to die and let go, it might have been a relationship, a job, it might have been an illness that you thought you would have not recovered from, or it might have been an elder that passed on, as that happens, and the ashe that they leave for you to move forward. I'm an ancestral country now. My family was from Georgia, but I've never lived here. So that is where we are right now. So take heart. Take heart. This is not an ending. Because the people who what we're seeing in this country, what allowed what's going on to go on, is because it's integral to the fabric of this country, how the country was built. The economy was built on slavery. The land was cultivated through genocide. So what we're seeing is not new. It's integral to the country, and this is the nature of imbalance. It has to surface so that it can be resolved and addressed. Equinox represents balance. That's where we are today. The balancing. What forces need to be balanced in your life, moving into the fall season, so you can regenerate during the winter season into the winter season so that you can renew when spring comes around. That is the cycle of ascension.
So well said. I want to play this on this autumn equinox in the cycle of life and the cycle of afterlife. I want us to be mindful, all of us are energy. So take hold of your crystal, take hold of your feathers, take hold of your glass of water. And for this 3 minutes, I want you to close your eyes and give thanks to all creation. Let your heart flow free, family. Forgive yourself if you fell short of the goals of the last 3 months of summer. Forgive those who were too dim to see your light. Ashe, aho, mahalo, yate.
Nice. Nice little meditation. You know, I wanted to make a comment on the parents and what Sister Diane was saying. You know, I just wrote something today about how we can heal the earth one child at a time. I was writing this as the holy ritual of love and conceiving that child. And what I put in there is these indigo, star, and crystal children are coming to the earth, but their parents don't have a clue. They don't have a clue that if they conceived them in a certain way, that they would be different. If they conceived them with mantras on their lips, it would be different. If they was to pick the time of day that they, or the day and the time, that they would be different. You open them up to certain portals that are not open. And most children, if not all, are not conceived with consciousness or intention at all. It's more like the best case scenarios are we'll go out, we'll have a steak dinner, we'll drink some wine, and we'll come home at 12 o'clock and start conceiving children in the demonic time. And if we was to just take consideration that most of the children that are coming to the earth now, most of the souls that are coming to the earth now are these indigo, crystal, star, there's other names for them too, but they're all coming to help, and they're all advanced souls. And the powers that be know this. And this was something I found very interesting. My sister's here visiting me, right? She doesn't like to watch old TV. So she put on The Rifleman. And then it clicked in my head, look at all the honor and respect that the father got. How he worshiped developing his son. Mark was the Rifleman. That came out in 1958. But then I thought about there's other shows, all showing respect to the father. My Three Sons, Make Room for Daddy, Make Room for Danny, Father Knows Best, and just a whole slew of programming that inured our mind toward a natural and powerful way of life, the mother and the father and the family. And they understanding that this planet and this country was be that place where the ascended masters was going to work to bring everyone here to the Christ conscious state. So the satanic forces, or the sinister forces, gathered their powers, influence, and supply to change it, to say, hey, look, we can't have this. We cannot have this. So we need to change the relationship between father and family, change the relationship even with mother and family, change the relationship between men and women. And then we'll put them into these schools and indoctrinate them. And when we create this social media, which they've done throughout millennia, we'll even more brainwash and condition their thinking so that they think so far out of the box, they think that they're being progressive with their thinking. And it's this selfishness instead of, I had to do my job as a parent, and make sure that my child is prepared for life. Whereas now it's more like, I got to take care of my own life and, take care of yours. And there wasn't and sayings like there was no blueprint on how to raise a child, but there really are. And this is something I think that, as I like the phrase that you use, Hank, Marine warriors, or rather spiritual Marines, spiritual.
Yeah, we're celestial Marines. If we're incarnated now, you too, Laji.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm really aware of it. And if we take that position, we have the power to change it. And that simple power is our mind and our actions. Think about what it is that you're doing, and then do what you think.
I like that. Diana, your mic is muted, so I don't know if you're aware of, you have your microphone turned off, Diana. So if you have a comment, you got to turn your microphone back on.
Okay, now, thank you, Barbara, because that's speaking to, in a very specific way, of what I refer to generally as the destructive cycle. I wanted to dovetail on that and saying there are two professions right now that statistically people that are well trained, that have dedicated a lot of time and expense and training to become a professional, and that they're leaving because they are not in resonance with what's going on in their profession, and that's physicians, medical doctors, and also educators are leaving. That's part of the destructive cycle, that people who have the calling to be educators and teach are very familiar with the education system, and even though we're not seeing this in the popular culture, I consult and work in the education system, and we're seeing a lot of visionary teachers rework curriculum, create ways to address all of the things that you just mentioned, Baba, about how our children are not getting the nourishment that they need to cultivate themselves. Also, people, your audience may be familiar with, there is a um, plantation movement amongst medical doctors who want to train and learn more about ancient healing systems. So the transformation is going on, in the world. There are people, this year we saw a lot of people in government leave their jobs because they weren't in alignment with what our government was doing. And they decided, I would rather leave than be a part of something that I don't believe in. Many of these people are people that have dedicated their lives and education and great expense to their training. They're not leaving these positions and to do nothing for the rest of their lives. There is a whole army of individuals that we may not be aware of, that are interwoven within our society, that their leadership and vision within their individual professions will transform all of the systems that are out of alignment with nature, that are doing all of the things that Baba just mentioned. And people who have really been the outliers on the peripheral of society, again, are integrating into, pathways are opening up where their wisdom will be shared. That is really um, the motivation behind the New Year's Day event that Queen Dr. Sheridan and I are doing. Dr. Sheridan is a physician with over 40 years experience in family medicine. She no longer takes new patients. Queen is a natural healer, and my area is as the alchemist, is consciousness. So we're bringing those three perspectives together because that's what time it is. It's the time of integration to, again, regenerate and bring into awareness the destructive elements within our society. And it is true, you could see it in the chart. The sun moon angle in the chart shows the circumstance that a child was conceived under. And I've looked at a lot of charts over 40, 50 years. You can see the environment that the soul came in under, that because of the circumstances of conception. So there's a lot of it seems like that it's a Hercules impossible job to bring the societies of the world. But what we're going through now, the changes in economy and government, all of those, these things are geopolitical. They're not local. It's not unique to the United States. The destruction that we're seeing in our country is happening all over the world. But out of the old comes the new. And there are people who, although we may not know their names, we may never know their names, but those people are being positioned through circumstances of their lives to transform and shift the world in the same way that people that are my age, that in the 70s, we grew up in a world that has been transformed over our lifetime into a technological world. So transformation not only is possible, it is inevitable.
Yes.
Thank you for those words, Diana. I'm going to say to you, family, on this equinox, I'm going to repeat it again and again. Drink your Kinkaliba tea. And the reason, it is literally a cell regenerator. I'm going to be bold with it. My celestial marines, you need celestial tea to fortify, to regenerate, and protect your cells from this mutant war of food that's going on the planet. As you, the celestial marine, you need to drink Kinkaliba tea every day to protect you from these various health challenges. Kinkeliba. Kinkaliba tea. They say, and I heard this from Sheikh Sufi, they say in Senegal, Diana, they say in Senegal, Laji, the what they say in Senegal about Kinkaliba tea, that it literally addresses everything except death. Body mass, regulating your body mass, regulating pressure, remembering, keeping your memory optimal. How many have you noticed people over 25 losing their memory?
A lot of that.
A lot.
I find that strange. Well, not strange, but I see that that is how effective they're being with their program.
And a special acknowledgement to Dr. George Love. He's still doing his Tai Chi, his Qigong, because there's electricity in the air, family. Electricity in the air. And the deeper you breathe, the more electricity you give to your cells for the purpose of regeneration. So, centurions of Japan and Asia, they say it's better to drink tea and no food than food and no tea. So while you're down there in Georgia, Diana, you can still order on Amazon your
Look,
King Khaliba tea.
as I listen to you speak, there are boxes that I have. I'm in a loft space in my sister's home, and I have some. And I said, let me unpack my box with my herbs in it so that I can drink that tea. Rise and Sun, I know that you are doing another broadcast today. And Baba, it was so wonderful to be in your presence. King Simon, much love. I must go. I want to end with again inviting the family to free inner movement healing, restoring the magic of your humanity. Email me your email address. It's a free event. Wednesday, the 24th. My sincere invitation, Rise and Sun. I hope you invite Dr. Sheridan, Queen of Fu, and myself back at the turning of the next season. And Bob, again, it is an absolute pleasure. I hope you remember at some point. you recall that we have actually been in each other's presence. We even spoke over the phone. So we have met before. So I'm going to remind you the next time I met that I had to remind you the last time.
Once I see your face, I'll know.
Yeah, you see, Logi's visual. People process information differently.
Yes.
You know, I'm enjoying the acoustics, and then also the visual. But Diana, you're going to be the contact person, as in the past. So who decides to be on your show? You're the point person to connect with me. We're going to have guests tomorrow. Healing show Laji is going to be Orisha Stone and Ifa Stone. And these brothers, we're going to talk about everything from stones and entheogens and things of sort. So thank you for being on, Diana.
Well, listen.
When you're ready for the next time, get in touch with me.
Absolutely.
Stay with your tea, pop that box, and stew the brew of drinking the tea to renew you.
I'm telling you, Rise and Sun, we've got to get your poetry to the world. We've got to get it to the world because it's phenomenal. Sarah Bona, I see you. I see you.
Well, listen to this one, Diana, before you go.
Yes.
I am that I am. I am that I am. more than my body. I am more than my emotions or negative thoughts. I am more than any limiting beliefs. I am that. Connected to one, my higher self. I am connected to the divine spirit in me. Oneness.
And with that being said, if you looked at that video, you saw your photo I've been looking for. And look how Laji looks like the other brothers, the cousins in the regalia.
Rising Sun, that is the name of the album. I Am. That's it right there. That is the name. That's the name of the album. That's it right there.
I saw our true ancestors. That's
exactly.
That
we already home, y'all.
That is the name of the album. That is the name of the album. I hope that you can extend some of your phenomenal poetry and music to us for the New Year's Day event. That is the name of the album. There you go. Your album.
And did you see, Laji, you saw Diana that time?
Yeah, I thought that was her picture.
That was her. And I put her, I sandwiched her picture so that you can see. And the name of this track, I think, is called Bloodlines, because we have been miseducated to say that we're from Mars when we're already home, and you have occupants saying, "Oh, you're not from this country. You're from Mars. You're from Africa. You're from the North Pole." Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything but you being the landlord.
Yeah. And even deeper than that, the remnants of the Tartarian Empire, because the Tartarian Empire was all over the world, but it had come over here on the east coast of America. And there's many natives here, but 90% of us are indigenous to this land.
Yeah, they're just, yes. And that's something that needs to be broadcast. Much love. Absolutely. Until we meet again.
All right, so let's get ready to close out this show. On this note, family, I want to thank you. Like, subscribe, share, and remember this message. Yo, we forgot to do the celestial family. We got comments in here. Folks want collective healing consciousness. We ain't going nowhere, Elijah. Just hold on a second, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a request right here. I ask for support for financial stability in my life and for me to be living in abundance of finances and energy to give to the young people and the people I work with. From Saya Ojo. Elijah, you got an incantation?
Yes, I do. You want me to read the incantation direct from the Ascended Masters, or you want me
Yeah, man. Do whatever you want to do. It's
to?
the autumn equinox, bro. You
All
do
right,
it
let me
anything you
get it.
want.
Let me get it. Oh, wow. I got it right here. All right.
Yeah.
So
Timing.
let,
So
let me
family. Yep.
let me give a little insight on this, because we're going to be, if you can put up my study group, we're going to start studying volume 19 of how the Ascended Masters tell us how to get wealth so it stays with us. The whole volume 19 is that. And I mean, these are secret. Boy, talk about secrets. And one of the things they tell you is call on your God self and the Ascended Masters and the saints. Call on them to give you wealth, to bring wealth through them. Don't count on somebody, don't count on something. Count on your God self to give you your wealth and supply. And which means it's like this. Let me put on my glasses. And this is a powerful formula that I gleaned from the volume 19. All right. So I'm going to say certain things, and whoever's listening, go back to this show, copy down what I'm saying here, because this is like I said, an amalgamation of some of their decrees in one decree. All right. You always call on your mighty I am present first. So, beloved mighty I am present, great hosts of Siddha and Ascended Masters, great angelic hosts, great cosmic beings who govern the system of worlds, the seven mighty Elohim, Swami Muktananda Paramahansa, Bhagavan Nityananda, the Guru Mahachivalasnanda, beloved Saint Germain, Lord Jesus Christ, the great Sanat Kumar, God Tabor, Lord of Gold, beloved Victory, Goddess Fortuna, Goddess Lakshmi, and Lord Ganesh. I demand, I command, I am earning and accumulating. That's where you put the money you want. And you say this every single solitary day, at first thing in the morning, last thing at night. And if you can say it 10 more times during the day, it is impossible that this will not come to you. So let's say, for example, you want $1 million. I demand, I command. I don't act gently for, no. I am the commanding, I am demanding and commanding. I demand, I command. For example, $1 million a year by the grace of Lord Jesus Christ, through whatever business that you want to get this through, or whatever avenue that you want to bring this through fill in the blanks, from that business, from the cosmic bank account of my mighty and presence, to do what it is you want to do and the time you want to do it. Now, here's another powerful piece that goes along with this decree. Beloved, mighty and present, I demand the opportunity for my presence come to me. I demand to hand my presence, make the opportunity for me, and open the door by which it to be done. As Ascended Master, or as the presence desires to do it now. Grant me all opportunities to increase our assets. Show me how and work through me to create $1 million a year, to build whatever it is you want to build, starting the date that you want that start. Let's say you want $1 million, but let's start a little slower. $10,000 a month, then $20,000 a month, then $50,000 a month, then $100,000 a month. Beloved, mighty I am presence and the ascended host, I am the boundless opportunity required here. I am the resurrection and life and the purity of the valley consuming flame, and my limitless supply of every good thing, including dynamic, focused, consistent, daily disciplined action. I call upon beloved Saint Germain and mighty God Tabor to make me pure enough of valley consuming flame, purifying power to be worthy and to treat in the Rockies, over which beloved God Tabor's authority, which will give me absolute mental perfection and total recall of mind and absolute physical health, sculpting my body to perfection by the grace of Lord Jesus Christ, maintaining the body weight of fulfilling the blanks through diet, exercise, and fasting. Mighty I am present. I demand, I command a violet fire to transform my body to perfect, beautiful, youthful, slim, flawless, muscles elite that I desire. I am the power acting. This is another powerful piece here. I am the power acting. I am the intelligence directing. I am the substance being acted upon. And I now bring a visible form in my hands and use a steady income of $1 million a year by the grace of Lord Jesus Christ, through my whatever business, and set the time from the cosmic bank on my mighty I am presence. I call on immortal power. No, I'm skipping a part. I am the conquering present. I command this I am present, govern perfectly my mind, home, affairs, and world. I call on the immortal power of the cosmic Christ love from the grace of the Son to enter into and around me and charge me in this my decree with the power of a billion suns to make it cosmically invincible against all evil forever. And I demand this feeling manifest. I expect this feeling manifest. I am this feeling manifest, manifest, manifest. And all I send in Jesus Christ, victory, light, and freedom attain right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And I want to say something to y'all. I said the name of Lord Jesus Christ 3 times in this process here, 4. And the things that you ask for in the name of the avatar, Lord Jesus Christ, is given to you, is guaranteed. And this is why it's being used. So this is a super powerful decree for wealth, prosperity. So if you weren't able to write it down, if you're not recording this show, you can go back and get it.
Oh, thank you, Laji. So what we're going to do, family, we're going to imagine holding Seyo Ojo and the entire family of people, whoever you are. You may have a need, financial need. We want you to get the elevation, the initiation, the celestial activation, amplification that's available today. So we say, I am in me, I am in Laji, I am in you. Celestial Marines who are listening to this show now and in the future. I am the magic presence having a quantum coup of golden enlightenment on every man, woman, child on the planet. Yes, I am magic presence having a quantum coup. That means a quantum takeover of the consciousness, elevation of awareness to golden spiritual enlightenment upon every man, woman, child upon the surface of planet Earth. And we say again, yes, imagine the planet being between our palms. I am magic presence. That's the sea of spiritual liquid light that every planet is floating in like bubbles in water, because we are essentially empty dream vessels with a spark of eternity within our hearts. But we're basically paper bubbles. Our bodies are like paper bubbles. Let that sink in for a second. And the waters that our paper bubble body floats in and exists in everything that we consider real, is literally paper imagination that's coming from our mental projection. So we say, yes, I am magic presence having a quantum coup of golden enlightenment upon every man, woman, child throughout the world. And yes, I am worthy of earthly wealth and abundance as I swim, walk, live, talk in this ocean of light, love, and unlimited miracles and power. I am saturating, inebriating every facet of my life. Water, liquid, I am spirit presence, resaturating our bubble, paper bubble existence, our bodies, our organs, in the sea of cells that comprise my physical body. I am renewed now. I am greater than my memories. I am greater than my bad dreams. I am greater than this small human lifespan. I am a boundless celestial sea of existence. Yes, yes, I am proceeding all my mental madness. I am coup of consciousness into golden enlightenment, radiating through the chakras of my trillions and trillions of cells. Yes, I am. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. Ashe, aho, donada, wado. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. Y'all got that? That felt great. You got the power, y'all. Now we out of here. Catch you later, Logi.
Peace.
Peace, family.